Alright, well, we're here. This is, I don't know, Minnesota Wildlife Reserve on the Minnesota River, and it's right there. And this is my little partner in crime. This is my other partner in crime. You can see she's very enthused. I am taping this in a little bit less wide, so hopefully it looks normal. And we're gonna try hiking again with an Ambit 3 and a Garmin Fenix 3HR. Okie dokie, we're gonna get ready. Jabba?
Okay, are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to go. Is the video filming?
Yeah, do I need to hold this the whole time?
Yeah. We're gonna set both watches to hike. I am wearing that crappy chest strap. So hiking, hard belt looking, hard belt found, GPS found on the Ambit. How long does, I think Phoenix always does take longer to find the GPS. We're gonna keep moving a little bit because I really want to start it. Okay, GPS is ready, heart rate ready. So I'm gonna start. So we started, got distance, speed, and time. And this guy got distance and timer and never bothered to set up any of the screens. So this is what it is. We're just gonna stick to distance. And we have to figure out where we're going. That is the path, but I don't think it's interesting to go that way. Where you really have to go is this way. So good thing you got snow boots on. Baby Willem's got his winter clothes on. I got my Salomon Lab something 3 running shoes, but they should have a decent tread. So we're gonna try walking on this surface as much as possible. There's the river, and you can see it's, besides that little spot, it's completely frozen.
No ice.
To все ice, baby. It's all ice.
No.
Yeah, there's no more ice right there.
Water.
Yeah, it's water. Okay, so here we go. 0.04 miles, 0.03. This is just in general, this is the environment. It's kind of trees, but not a lot of trees. Well, I guess we've been recording for 12 minutes. We had to stop because this thing is, I don't think it's balanced correctly. So he's leaning a little bit too much on my left shoulder. You're all done?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Out.
You want to get out? Lajai. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get out. Yeah, so the path that we have been following kind of ran into this ravine-looking thing. The real path is somewhere way over there. We're 0.75 miles in, 0.77 miles in. We're making terrible pace, but it's fun. So we've been following this path, and we might have to go down that way to the beach just so we don't have to walk on the ice, because you can see there's a lot more snow and ice into the woods than it is out here. The river looks beautiful. There's some geese out there. The trees are amazingly thick and big. It's really neat. So we're gonna go this way. Yeah, Lava. We're not gonna go in the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too heavy water.
Yeah, there's Rička тут peseča. Okay. Well, that went nowhere because it's all mud, like really deep, slippery mud, and I can't get through in these shoes, nor do I really want to. So we're probably just gonna track back. 0.79 miles on Ambit. 0.82 miles on Phoenix. Obviously one of these is off. We'll have to figure out which one it is. Yeah, it's all muddy. So we're gonna walk back along the river. At least I know I'm not gonna get lost. I almost wonder, for the hell of it, whether I could use the track back function. So let me see if I could set that. Yeah, it's all mud. Pause it. Do I then track back? Okay, I get some sort of a map thing. It's asking me to resume, so I'm resuming it, and now it goes into the map. So we'll see. I never used this, but maybe it's a funny gimmick. It's Mama coming? Mama's gonna join us soon, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna walk the track back, which I actually don't like. But anywho, whatever, got something to do. This is gonna be a great review. Thanks for watching. So I actually enabled the track back feature on Ambit also, and I'm curious that this one must have the map in the real orientation. This guy's telling me I'm on course, and it points your return point in the up direction. This is probably more of a map direction. I guess I have no idea. Anywho, so we're gonna follow this track. I have to say, constant beeping of on course is annoying as hell, and I'm sure I could probably, pretty sure I can turn it off, but that it's pointing up is a lot more intuitive following this line than following this squiggy line, because all you're doing is moving yourself and not the line. So to me, this is not intuitive. This is much more intuitive. And my baby boy gave me a kiss. Hi, Leva. Yeah, we're going to see Mama. Okay, so we couldn't cross the river, and we're walking back on the least icy path that I could find. Okay, bye. Put on it. Wow. Anyway, so there's a new window that I did for track back. Let me try to take some glare out of this. So this thing says something off course, distance remaining 0.46, telling me to go that way. Ambit says 0.26 miles remaining, kind of going in the same direction. This must be to some interim point that it takes, because honestly well, maybe we are 0.2 miles away. And this thing keeps telling me I'm on course. Ambit says nothing. I think it auto paused, that's why, which I should try to figure out how to turn off. It says we're beginning. Okay, so I said should be moving, but whatever. Anywho, this guy says I'm on course, but it's telling me to go into the woods, which is not right. Should be following this path. So you can see this guy is kind of on a path. This guy is definitely off path, and the distance is twice as less. So I have no idea which watch is which. Maybe we'll look on the map and see what's really happening to these tracks. Okay, so I missed the beep, but miraculously both of these just beep at the same time, saying we're arriving at the destination. So it's kind of funny, even though there was like a 0.2 mile difference, a 0.3 mile difference, when we were at the end, somehow at least they know the GPS of the final destination or the starting position, and they all made it and beeped at the same time. So I am curious to see what the tracks are going to look like when we review. Yeah, Mama left us. She's going to come and pick us up soon. Okay, so anyways, this is it for a hike. Yeah. Anyways, see ya at the post review. All right, I quickly want to talk about the summary of the hike. So first we will look at the Garmin Connect. Here's a map. This time it actually says the distance is 1.86 miles once it's all done with, not 2 something, which it was saying on the watch. And if I look at the track, I'm actually really impressed by the track. You could see, well, some people might say, like, this is me stopping essentially and going back and forth a lot of times, stopping for the video, moving around in one place. This is me trying to cross this little stream here, walking back and forth. Again, at one point I took the backpack off, so again, bunch of events that got logged of me walking back and forth, and then finally me coming to this creek, not being able to cross it, going down onto the water of it, the beach, not being able to cross that either, and then I didn't want to walk on the ice path anymore on inland, and we tracked back. It's really hard. I'm trying to the trail, to see the trail on here. I think it may be over here, but I was walking, I really wasn't walking on the trail. If you remember, I was walking more on the inland because it was less icy. Here I am walking on the trail. This was a video point right here, so you could see me moving around, and I don't know what the delta is here, but probably a few meters off the trail, which I think I'm fairly happy with. What I am surprised about is once we look at the Ambit trail, and then you could see I went back up the parking lot to meet my wife, and I was walking on the road. So here I really was walking on the road, probably on here, not inland like it's showing. But one thing I do want to talk about is eventually the altitude. So if you look at all of the stats on here, you will see that we have elevation gain of 62 feet, loss of 23 feet. So this, to me, divide that by 3, it's about 20 meters. And I would say that's probably realistic for walking up this path right here. This road was fairly hilly. That's not something that Ambit is saying. So let's look. Oh, and then for the hell of it, max HR 145. This is based on the wrist with an average of 103. So let's look at the Ambit. The Ambit has us at 1.88 miles. It has a 20-foot descent versus 23-foot descent. But for the elevation ascent, I'm really surprised by this low number. So this is only, it's about half of what Garmin was picking out. And if I had to guess, simply again on this road hike alone, that's more than a 10-meter elevation. It's definitely 20 to 30 meters elevation. So let's look at the Ambit track. Again, I think this is the defined path. This is more me walking on the inside, and you could see me walking back and forth here. There's some noise, but I would say it definitely picked up a lot less walking around than Garmin did, in my opinion. I did check, if I go in the settings here, what my hiking program is set at. Where is that? Is it under my watch? I can never figure this shit out. I have to say, this website is fairly confusing, and something that I really hate is that you cannot make any of these changes on the watches itself. Unlike on the Garmin, you have to go in here and you have to set this thing up. So if you look at it, I'm saying recording interval at 1 second. GPS accuracy is set to best. I am looking for a hard belt, but that's about it. So I don't know why it did it, but I went ahead and I plotted I'll have 3 individual links. I'll have the Garmin Connect link, I'll have the moves count link, and I'm gonna share this. I imported these GPX files, or whatever they are. Yeah, GPX files, both out of Ambit and out of Garmin into Google Earth, and I overlaid them. So the red one is the Ambit, the blue one is Garmin. I would say, walking back on this portion, Ambit is more correct. It puts me on the road, whereas Garmin has me offset. But I have to say, look at these tracks. I tried to walk fairly consistent in certain points. I really think in here, in the woods, on the path, the Garmin, in my opinion, is much better. These definitely is me pulling over here and doing either a video or adjusting the backpack. You could see Ambit just kind of does this thing, and that's about it. The same thing with here. Garmin has a lot more data. Ambit does this weird squiggly thing, and not much more data. I think these tracks are a lot more closer, spot on the path, going there and returning, whereas Ambit has them split out. Again, you could see, in my opinion, there's a lot more detail in the Garmin track here, a lot more detail in the Garmin track here. This, I've no idea why this happens. There's a big offset here. And again, to me, it looks like a lot more detail on when I hit my final roadblock of I couldn't cross this ravine and I really didn't want to walk on the ice path anymore. I was kind of moving around in one place, doing the setup for the backtrack. In my opinion, again, Garmin has a lot more data, and I really think this is valid data. This is me just walking around and turning around in one place, whereas it seems like Ambit just threw out a bunch of points. Maybe it thought, okay, you're not moving or whatever, I'm going to cut down the data. But again, I don't know why it does it. And in my opinion, actually, the Garmin track, definitely in the woods, to me, looks much better than the Ambit track. Funny thing is, once you're out on an open road, I'll say yes, the Ambit one is definitely better than the Garmin, but in here, Garmin takes it for me.